It was determined that none of the businesses prohibit the carrying of firearms by patrons. After reviewing the yields of the investigations with prosecutors, it was determined that the action of the two men did not violate Mississippi state statute regarding the carrying of firearms. No one specifically was threatened, the weapon was not discharged, and no one was shot. As law enforcement officers, we have complex and multiple tasks to perform in addition to identifying and apprehending persons committing serious criminal offenses. We are also tasked with reducing the opportunities for the commission of some crimes through preventative patrol and other measures. We are to aid individuals who are in danger of physical harm and assist those who cannot care for themselves. Last night's events demonstrated the requirement and the results of community caretaking that law enforcement does. While the actions of these two men are sanctioned by state laws, what they did negatively impacted our community. All our law enforcement resources were tied up with this event such that several priority calls went held and held and held. In our nation, there continues to be tragic and violent events. Many of these tragic events start to unfold with very similar circumstances where individuals exhibit peculiar actions with firearms around large crowds. The actions of these two men could have inadvertently led to a very violent misunderstanding. Are there any questions?
Chief, in your opinion, do you believe anyone overreacted by evacuating the building, calling the police, things like that?
No, absolutely not. You don't have to look hard in today's media and see demonstrations of very violent acts. And if I would have been in the store last night watching someone load a shotgun and rack it, that's not normal. And that usually precipitates a violent act. I think everybody acted properly to distance themselves from that violence or potential violence.
Have you seen an issue with this before with the open carry law? Someone kind of just doing something similar to this?
We have seen open carry, nothing that has garnered this kind of reaction. And you have to understand, this is reaction by you all, the public. And we were drawn into it in response. But again, as Kerry was asking, do I think it was an overreaction? Absolutely not.
What would have been the reaction of law enforcement had they found these people? And did they find the people who did it?
Yes, we have identified them. We have spoken with them. And because it was determined that our state law allows for this, we're not releasing their names.
So the reaction to law enforcement upon seeing someone rack a firearm in a store would have been nothing?
No, absolutely not. I will tell you, we train our officers constantly on dealing with armed individuals, and armed individuals continue to be a threat to our society and to law enforcement. And I can only say it's become more and more aggressive. And I can tell you, if someone chooses to exercise their rights in the city of Gulfport and walk around racking a firearm, they can expect that law enforcement will address them. Till we know they're not a threat, we have to treat it as a threat. Otherwise, people can end up killed, and law enforcement can end up killed.
Last question, is it against store policy for someone to load a firearm in Walmart, or do you know?
I can't speak to the policies of businesses. I can tell you that the businesses we looked at last night had no prohibition to open carry in their place of business.
When you say you identified the suspects, were they taken into custody?
No, they were not taken into custody. We had the opportunity to identify them and speak with them.
So, was there questioning involved that you can talk about?
Well, much of what we looked at in this was what we saw on video. And I challenge each of you as you prepare your stories to read and look at our open carry and look at our laws on concealed carry. And if you do that and look at the fact pattern I provided you, you can make your own conclusions on it. And you know, what their intent may have been isn't as much as concerning as what they actually did or did not do.
Though these individuals were protected by open carry, would there be any recourse either by business or individuals to press charges of intimidation against them?
Again, you have to look at how the law describes assault by threat and those things. I can tell you, I'll be very frank with you, I looked very hard at the laws. If there was something I could have arrested these people for, I would. But I must work within the confines of the laws that we enforce.
Did either of them say why they had a shotgun at a Walmart?
It's my understanding they were enjoying their rights that are provided to them to carry their weapons in the open. And I will tell you this, as we contemplate gun laws should be such that it provides us security. And as we look at this fact pattern, do you feel safer? And I think that's how we have to approach the subject. Do you feel safer? Anything else?
I was just wondering, can you talk from an officer's perspective walking into a situation like this? I'm sure it kind of keeps you up nights wondering, if I encounter someone armed, is it going to be someone
I tell you, as
or someone dangerous?
I'll give you insight to the way police officers think. Every time we stand in the bank, in the grocery store, we contemplate a negative situation. We spend hours in those scenarios in our head. What do I do in these circumstances? And you know, you always hope you make the right choices. If I were in a situation, and it's a hypothetical, but if I were in a situation where I'm in a store shopping with my family and I see an individual loading a 12 gauge and racking it, I'm not coming to the conclusion this is good.
Did any of the individuals appear to be under the influence?
Nothing led us to believe that. Thank you.
One more thing. Will you be releasing the surveillance video?
I'm sorry?
Will you be releasing the surveillance video you looked at from inside the store?
No, we're not releasing it because it's not associated to a crime.